Hello, welcome to blog 4, week 4 of my perceptual web camera. And as you can see, I have once again upgraded to the Intel boardroom this time. And what you have here is pretty much what you saw last week, the same sort of stitching together of vertices using the camera's depth buffer technology. But if I press the shift key, I get put in my proper place, which is up here, because when you're in a conference call, what you don't want is to be looking in a mirror reflection of yourself. You want to be looking at whoever you're having the conference call with. So without further ado, I'll go and call myself, because I've got another machine. I'm going to use this to call the main machine. So I'll tap out my, effectively what is a phone number for the computer. So the other machine's now entering the conference. So there you go. This is not a depth camera. This is just a regular camera. But you know, the SDK is pretty cool. You just drop the depth information and it can just read regular webcam data, which is pretty awesome actually. So I'm having to look in this direction for the secondary computer. So hello. And then I have to look in this direction for the perceptual camera, which is this stuff here. So as you can see, we've now got networking going on, no audio, and I'm playing around with the network packet sizes so you don't get perceptual both ways. But I'm going to play around with that. So next week it's going to be about voice over IP and then more playing around with the network data, which is going to be exciting times. But what I want to show about today, this week, right now, is features of this app. So not only can you actually do a regular conference call, but you can also draw. If you've got a touch screen, you just draw onto your touch screen, and you can actually give designs. So let's say you want to sketch something out and doodle something for the benefit of the call. You can actually do it straight there on the table. So use the touch screen to draw on, and then you actually see it in the virtual world. So I was also asked sometime this week, why don't you do a 3D virtual game whilst you're at it? I was a little bit busy at the time, so I couldn't actually do that. But what I could do is... so, this isn't exactly the best noughts and crosses game ever, but you get the idea. You can actually do sketches. I've also added some experimental gesture control, so if I grab that and then drag across, it throws it away and I can start again. So I've got some gesture recognition in here. Again, wrote it myself. Just give me the full screen. I wrote the stuff myself because I didn't really want to get started on the SDK without first exploring if I could actually do it at full frame rate, and I did. The gesture is very simple. It doesn't check fingers and things like that. It just checks what's the closest object in the lower half of the camera, and if you drag across there, it's sort of like it detects that merch and says, oh, that's very interesting, and it thinks it's a swipe left to right, and it wipes it. The gesture, of course, was inspired by the week 3 judges blog, and I felt that absolutely had to go into the app. So week 4 we now have swipe to clear. So that's where we are in week 4. We have teleconferencing software, no audio, and a bit playing around with the speed of the network. You will notice if I stay still, nice and clear. If I move, it takes a couple of seconds for it to actually update, and that's because it's not sending it all in one go, it's sending it in chunks. And I need to do some optimization because there's zero optimizing at the moment. So I think that's it. I've got a conference room which you saw on the main menu, but I'll go back there now, and if I just press escape, I'll just leave for a second. So as you can see, we have a nice conference room and lots of chairs, so the idea is at some point more people can actually join the call. But right now, if I can get 2 people exchanging all that data between the cameras, that would be a great result. So I'll just host again, so you can see my lovely face entering the meeting. As you can see, the app's up and running. It's got a main menu, does all these wonderful things. So that's week 4 blog. I've got a little bit more to do on the app. I'd like to get a bit more polished and get things speeded up a little bit more, and throw in a couple of other things. I almost forgot. I do actually have one more thing that I was playing around with. In addition to doodling, so you can actually have a nice time doodling, you can also bring in photographs. So if you felt like bringing in screenshots from something you want to discuss, then you can bring those in as well. Whether that stays in the app or not, I'm not sure. We'll see. So hopefully you found week 4's app more entertaining than week 3's. So I think week 5 should, in theory, be even better. So I'll leave you with that thought, and I'll speak to you and see you all next week. Bye.